Chance. I hope you're doing well. When you look at, I'm sure every opening game is exciting and all that, but when you look at what it took to get to this opening game and the not knowing and the back and forth, I mean, does that make this one that much more special?
It does make it a lot really special just because there was a lot of technical things that we had to go through with social distancing, not being able to be all together at once, be a team, be a family. So there's a lot that we went through to really get to this point, and there's a lot of people that put in a lot of work to get to this point. So it's going to be a really special one for us to start the season up.
When you look at what it took to get prepared for this game and the stopping and the starting and all of that, how well prepared do you guys feel, and how difficult was it to get prepared?
I feel like we're really well prepared just because of all the effort that, again, all the people that put in, whether it goes from the coaching staff to the training staff to the hires up for academic stuff like that. We put in a lot of effort and work. So I feel like they're putting us in the best position to be successful this season, and we just got to trust and be confident in it.
And then final question for me, the Aztecs are known for such a great running game for so many years. What is this offense expected to look like, and what do you think this running game is going to look like?
The offense is going to come out firing. That's what we plan to do. We are going to be throwing the ball a lot more, but we're also going to be running the ball just like how we've done in the past. So we just expect to come out and be successful on both ends of that.
Yeah, I saw the depth chart come out, and it looks like the positions are listed a little bit differently than in the past. Will your role change much, and how would you describe it this year?
In terms of changing, I would just say that, again, we are throwing the ball a little bit more this year. So, there's a lot of things that the backs will be doing this year that you probably haven't seen in the past, in terms of getting out in routes and that sort of thing. But, yeah, that would be my role this year. Same thing, still running the ball, still catching routes out the backfield, and just playing ball, really.
Scoring points has been a challenge the last 2 years. What have you seen in what you're doing offensively this year that could make that different?
I'm sorry, one more time.
Scoring points the last 2 years has been a challenge. What do you see in this new offense and updated offense that could make that different this year?
We have a whole new playbook, completely new playbook. Again, we're really confident in it. We've been practicing it. We've been getting a lot of reps in it, and we just feel like it's going to be really good for us this year, and we feel like we're going to put up a lot more points this year. We're confident in that.
Chance, what was it like going through an unconventional sort of fall camp this season?
Again, it was a little bit different just because we had to, break things up into groups until we could all come back as one as a team, which we just did recently. It was really hard. It was hard for a lot of us. Again, you couldn't really turn around without someone giving you some hand sanitizer and things like that. So different aspect to it. But again, they put us in the best position to be successful. We trust them to keep us safe, and we're ready to play ball.
Chance, I know you're comfortable with your teammates. Is it going to be strange? A whole bunch of guys that you haven't seen, and all of a sudden you're up in close quarters with them and the bottom of piles and stuff like that, given the pandemic and what's going on?
I've been playing ball since I was about 5 years old, so it's really nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So just comfortable playing the game. I think we'll all be fine. I think we're all excited, really, just to be back out there and playing again. So we won't have a problem with that at all.
Hey, DJ, I hope you're doing well, man. When you look at everything it took to get this season up and running and the stopping and the starting and all of this, have you thought about what your mindset's going to be like and the energy is going to be like when you run out onto that field and finally get to play some football?
What the energy is going to be like? One thing we've tried to maintain here is we keep our mindset. We have one mindset, one goal, win 22, and play physical. So whether there's fans or not, or energy in the stands or not, we got to bring the energy ourselves. So that's kind of how we attack every day. Can't be depending on an atmosphere to bring the energy, no matter the situation. So I think I answered that right.
Yeah, let me add on to that. Do you think, I mean, again, every opening game is special and all that, but do you think, given the circumstances to get to this one will feel any more special than usual?
Well, it will feel a little bit more special because of the circumstances we went through to get here. To have that little extra emphasis, if that's the word I'm looking for, to finally get the kickoff, But once the kickoff goes, we're in season, so everything goes out the window, and now we're just playing football again.
And then final question for me, especially speaking of being in season, preparation had to be very different to get ready for this year. Do you guys feel well prepared? Do you feel like you guys are ready to play a game?
I feel like we're improving every day. I definitely feel like we could kick off this week and be fine. So definitely, I feel like we're great. We're in great standings. We're like every football team in America right now. Every day is a new day, and we're trying to get better every day, though.
DWAYNE, earlier this summer on Twitter, you were assisting families with online learning resources. What was that process like, and where's it at right now?
So that process started out really fast. That tweet picked up thousands of tweets really quick, and it brought light to how many people actually need help. And I really don't do much for my money anyway. So off the gate, I just started paying for people out of my pocket, and I found out that there's a lot of crooked people in this world really fast. So I reached out to an old teammate, Ron Smith, and my sister, and we came up with a plan on how we would further help people who needed assistance. So I ended up starting a GoFundMe. I had to get a whole bunch of things because of the whole NCAA and everything like that. But I started a GoFundMe to be able to help people right now. And I actually submitted paperwork to get a nonprofit started. So that's all in the works right now. The name's Proving to Be the Difference, and we're getting all that up and rolling. So,
Hey, DJ, what was your inspiration for starting the nonprofit?
Yeah, I'm one of those people who hate to see another person down. And like I said, man, whenever I'm driving out, like I go to the store and I get change from the store. If I see somebody in need on the street, I'll give them what I can right there. I'm not really fond of holding on to something that I can get back the next day. Monetary value means nothing to me, so I have no problem helping people when they need help.
Where do you think that comes from? Is that something you were instilled by a relative or any other family member? Or where does that come from?
I have a big heart. It comes from my father. I watched my father help a lot of people, so I definitely picked that up from him, that I have no problem helping the next man.
Mm-hmm. A little bit about the defense. With a new defensive coordinator, is it still going to look like the same defense we saw last year, or will there be some tweaks to it? What do you think?
Well, yeah, of course, it's gonna be that smash mouth defense, of course, but bringing in a new guy, he's gonna add his little twist in there, so I can't really give too much away, but it's gonna be the same defense.
All right, and then through all this coronavirus stuff, how real has that seemed to you? How close has it got? Have you had any friends, or you yourself tested positive, or how real has this all seemed to you?
I have had some friends test positive. Luckily, they didn't get hit as hard as the virus could have hit them. So I haven't really had that negative effect in the way that a lot of people have had. But I do know I have a lot of friends, moms, and people that are nurses and doctors. So I have seen and heard how devastating this virus is. So my heart's out to everybody who's been affected in that way.
So now that you guys are going to be going and playing a game Saturday against guys that you haven't been around, how concerning is that to you, or do you have a certain comfort level given what you've seen?
Well, knowing how the protocols are here, and they're supposed to be that throughout the whole league and conference, I'm not worried about it at all. I know we have a job to do, the staff has a job to do, and that's to keep everybody healthy and safe.